All right, good morning and welcome to another day of Ralston's Big Adventure. All right, so as I mentioned last night, the craziest thing happened when I got to the shelter. Ran into Deets, Buff, Dragon Ball, Silky, who's now Boom, Six, who else was there that I've met before? Shorty was there. It's just like all these people were there like I have not seen in months. Were like at the shelter, and man, it was just so good to see them, and like Deets and Buff and all of them were just like, hey, you gotta hike with us. So I'm planning on hiking with them really like the rest of the way now. So our goal is to get there by September 28th. And if we do that with like minimal zeros, we can do that doing 13 miles a day. So for 13 miles a day for the next like basically month and a half, we can all get to Katahdin together relatively easy. I mean, 13 miles is honestly nothing. So I was freaking pumped. So it is just gonna be a really great into the trail with some really good people who I've actually really missed. I know this is gonna get kind of long, but I mean, one of my worst days on trail was like ended with just an incredible experience, and that was really thanks to like Buff and Dragon Ball, and this other girl named Wheezy who is just a couple days behind. Sorry, I had something on my nose up there, and this was the only hand available. So my other hand's holding my Dragon Balls. But anyway, I just remember we were on Roan Mountain way back in Tennessee, and it had poured the rain on me the whole way up the mountain, and I had been by myself all day, and just was very just like discouraged and cold and wet, and was like ready to just call it quits. I was like, this sucks. But I got to the shelter that night, and there were a lot of people there, but I just remember Dragon Ball, Buff, and Wheezy just making that whole experience just so much better, because like Dragon Ball was playing music and had like a 5-pound bag of gummy worms and peach rings and Sour Patch Kids, and Buff was playing her ukulele, and we all just had like such a good time despite like the weather, and it just really lifted my spirits and pushed me through. So good catching up with them again, because I haven't seen them since Damascus. So yeah, very excited to see them again and to hike with them. But today we are headed to the Cookie Lady's house. So there's a lady that's just right off trail, and she like makes cookies, but she also lets you stay in her yard for free apparently. So we're gonna go, it's like 11 miles to her place, have some cookies, stay in her backyard, and just have a good time. So anyway, I'll update you as the day goes on, but yeah, that's the plan. All right, so here is the I-90 Appalachian Trail bridge. It is pretty sweet. But yeah, and it's super nice that they have this, because I have crossed the interstate without a bridge before on this trail, and it is sketch. So it's really nice that they have these bridges for us. All right, we made it to the Cookie Lady. She's down that way. I think that's like her house, like right there. How you feeling about Cookie Lady, Deets?
Cookie Lady!
Woo! All right, so we have been at the Cookie Lady's place for 4 hours now. We're gonna camp here tonight. She's letting us camp in her yard. And we can just go through her like blueberry patches and like pick as many blueberries as we want to eat for ourselves. So yeah, kind of a dreamy night here on the AT for sure. But yeah, she's got some like fresh blueberries that are kind of in season. So yeah, it's just, I feel like a deer just going through and eating all these blueberries. But yeah, it's been a good day on the AT. Really have enjoyed catching up with old friends, hanging out. But yeah, probably gonna brush my teeth here in a second and go to bed. But yeah, very glad to be here tonight. Okay, so I'm in my tent, hanging out here at the blueberry farm. But I want to give you an update on the weather. It is perfect. It's like 60 degrees right now. It's beautiful. It's dry. Could not be better weather. So I'm very, very thankful for that. But anyway, I'm gonna get some sleep. But as always, appreciate your support. Thank you so much for following along. Really appreciate it. All right, good morning, and welcome to another day of Ralston's big adventure. All right, so I just left the Cookie Lady's place. Great stay, very comfortable yard. Hung out with some really cool people. Actually ran into Wheezy, who again was one of the people that I saw on Roan Mountain way back in Tennessee with Buff and Dragon Ball. She showed up this morning with some other hikers, but anyway, I was about to leave and then she showed up, so I stayed for like another 30 minutes. But it was really cool seeing her. But now I'm headed back to the trail. The plan today is like totally up in the air. I'm headed to Dalton, Massachusetts right now. Hopefully going to be there by lunch. That's also where Dietz and Dragon Ball and Buff and Six and some others are. So I'm going to try to catch up with them. But the only problem is that I was talking to Wheezy, and well, last night at the shelter, or at the place, a couple of them decided to get a hitchhike into town, and so they're going to skip these 10 miles into Dalton. I think they're just going to hang out in town all day. But I was talking to Wheezy, and she was like, Maverick, they do that a lot. Like, that's kind of their MO, is like, they just kind of hitch from town to town, and they don't really hike all that much. And I was like, oh, interesting. Well, that really puts a kind of a strain in my plan to hike with them the rest of the way. But that's okay. This is what it is. Maybe I'll be hiking in and around them, but, you know, I kind of like don't really care about being a purist anymore. I will take a road if the trail is stupid, in my opinion, but I'm not gonna just like I want to make one continuous footpath. That's kind of my goal right now as far as the trail goes. So that was kind of a bummer to hear that, but that's okay. Just is what it is. But anyway, I'll update you throughout the day and just let you know what's going on. All right, finally some bigger mountains. And that right there is Mount Greylock. It's about 3,400 feet high. First time I've been over 3,000 feet in a long time. So yeah, that is coming up here pretty soon. Looking forward to it. All right, so I'm here on the side of the road, somewhere in Massachusetts. Like 2 miles by trail from Dalton, Massachusetts. It walks right through town, so not too far, but I just needed a quick snack break. But I don't think I've mentioned this. I'm sitting on my new bear canister. So the Appalachian Trail Conservancy has actually recommended that everyone get a bear canister because of just bad negative bear encounters. These are the safest thing to prevent bears from eating human food. That's why a lot of problems are caused, because they get used to human food. Yeah, it's the whole thing. Anyway, they've recommended that everyone get a bear canister. I more so got one because I was getting super lazy with my food bag and I was sleeping with it, and I really don't, it's not even bears, it's more like mice and raccoons and other critters. But anyway, after sitting on this, enjoying a break, I really wish I had this the whole time because it makes a great chair. Here comes the FedEx guy back. But yeah, I really enjoy this thing. It's heavy. It's super heavy, but it is so convenient, and the peace of mind of knowing that like nothing's gonna get my food at night. Wish I had done this a long time ago. Alright, so I've made it to the little town of Dalton, Massachusetts, and there's like a sub shop around here somewhere, so I'm gonna get some lunch and try to catch up with all my other friends who decided to hitchhike into town. So, stay tuned. Alright, so I'm here at Tom Lavardi's house, and he's like a trail angel who's been doing this for like 43 years. But he was like, you want some cherry pie and an ice cream? And I was like, well, sure. I mean, you have some. And this is what he brings me. This is amazing. So, so kind. Alright, so I think I got the best loner clothes outfit I've ever had. Got the Pit Vipers, found out of a hiker box, his blue shirt, his shorts. We are on our way, and they all match too, which is awesome. But we are on our way to the community center to get showers with Wheezy biscuits and hot sauce. And then we'll go back, have some dinner, hang out. But yeah, I look like an absolute fool right now, but that's okay. This is what it's all about out here on the AT. Alright, so I just got my shower at the community center here in Dalton, Massachusetts. Oh, that was a very traumatic experience. So if you're familiar with like guys' locker rooms, all the showers are just kind of like just shower heads in this giant open room. There's no shower curtains, no stalls, no nothing, which like is fine. It's totally cool. It's chill. We guys, we get it. We go in there, we do our thing. However, today just so happened to be like summer camp day for a bunch of like 10-year-old kids. And they have to use the locker room as well to change into their swim trunks. So, but whoever also designed this freaking locker room put the door to the pool like next to the shower. So I'm just sitting there doing my thing when all of a sudden the door opens to the pool and like 20 kids come running through. Well, like as soon as they round the corner, they immediately stop and stare at me because they're like, holy crap, there is a naked guy. And I'm just like, I have no idea what to do because I'm like, I'm about to be incarcerated. So, I mean, there's really no point in trying to, I mean, you can't hide yourself. I mean, you can just kind of cover your stuff, but anyway, yeah, that was pretty terrible. That was pretty terrible. Yeah, I just like flashed like 10-year-olds. It's a big L for me. A big fat L. Alright, just got done eating at Zinke's Pub over there. Headed back to Tom's. I mean, I like wearing these glasses because I think I just look super goofy and it's just a super hikery. But I don't think I would ever own a pair of Pit Vipers normally. But they are kind of just fun to mess around in. I will get at that. But I just don't think it's my look. Hey y'all, it's Ralston here hiking the AT. I'm hiking the AT for several reasons, but one big one is to support the Isaiah 117 house in Blairsville, Georgia. this organization is dedicated to helping foster kids at the moment they're taken out of the home and some of the most traumatic parts of their lives. That's where they seek to intervene. And so they seek to provide a house with food, clothing, foster parents, almost pretty much immediately after they're taken out of the home. So it's a really, really great organization that's dedicated to bettering the lives of children. And I just could not be more appreciative and more excited to support them and of all the work they're doing. So if you'd like to help out and donate, you can visit the link below, and it'll take you to the donation page. But please consider giving a gift to help support Isaiah 117. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, Maverick out.